Hey everyone, it's Wolfman here, and I kind of wanted to make this video because I've seen a lot of people like saying what they think about um, Josh Blanchard's fall, like that happened this past Sunday on the PBA tour, and this is kind of like a rant video because I'm like kind of pissed off as to like everything that's been said about like him falling, because there's several things that I wanted to point out here. Because first and foremost, the biggest thing that gets me is the fact that everyone on these websites like are saying, why the hell was no one laughing at his fall? And I mean, he could have gotten seriously hurt out of that, and I mean, to have people saying, why wasn't anyone laughing? I mean, it's I'd like to see them try to do the exact same thing, where if like they're at the bowling lane and they try to throw a ball and they slip, and everyone laughing at them and see how they feel. Because I mean, I just don't get it why people would say stuff like that. And it's not just on one website, it's like all over the internet where people are saying stuff like that. Second, the big thing that gets me is the fact that Jason Belmonte threw a 300 game in that same telecast, and what do people do? They don't even fucking acknowledge it. They fucking just talk about Blanchard's fall, and they don't even acknowledge the fact that Jason Belmonte threw the 21st PBA 300 game in its history. And I mean, it's just ridiculous. And what I don't get specifically is also the fact that ESPN, the network that the PBA broadcasts their shows on, did not even acknowledge that on SportsCenter, nor did they acknowledge it on any other show that talked about bowling after Sunday's telecast. Because you want to know what they all talked about? Blanchard's fall. And you know something? That just gets me, because it's like everyone's laughing at what happened to him, and they're not even acknowledging anything else that seems to happen. So it seems like anything that they acknowledge, it just happens to be either so-called bowling bloopers or stuff that you'll never see anywhere else. And it's just getting to the point where I'm just thinking that none of these networks give a shit about bowling. And not only that, but most of the people that don't even like watch bowling just breeze it off saying professional bowling, what's that? And I mean, they don't even realize that how tough it is. And then you got the people that go even further than that and then say bowling isn't even a sport, which just blows my mind away. Because I was talking about this earlier, people consider poker on ESPN a sport, and yet they don't even acknowledge other sports like bowling and stuff like that. And I mean, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. And that's just my rant on the whole situation, because I really think that like Josh Blanchard's fall, I mean, obviously it was something that you don't see often, but it's like one thing to show it on TV. I mean, everyone can watch it and everything and say what they want, but it's another thing to say, why was no one laughing at him falling? But the thing is that he could have been seriously injured from that. And I mean, if he did get seriously injured and people who are still saying no one's laughing? I mean, it just sounds so wrong to me. And it really kind of pissed me off when everyone was saying stuff like that, because I mean, Josh is a great bowler and he doesn't deserve what he's getting online because of from what everyone else is saying. But then again, it goes to the point where people like look at bowling and then they just shoot it off their shoulders, like not even considering it like a major sport or anything, and they just like don't even think that it's anything to worry about, and how they don't even call bowling a sport. So I just hope that this whole situation like gets forgotten about, because really I wasn't happy when I found all these articles saying of people saying like how funny the clip was and how people should be laughing along. Because even though it's one thing that he fell, if he could have really seriously gotten hurt, and I mean, that's nothing to laugh at. So, and I mean, I know a lot of people felt the same way, especially the people that watched the telecast here on YouTube, and not just on YouTube, but like other sites as well that has to do with bowling sites. Like watched on PBA's Extra Frame, I'm sure that people watched that felt the exact same way. Like you're probably more worried about Mark than the comedy aspect of him falling, because it just blows my mind away that so many people would say that. And it's also, the other thing is that I saw like several clips on ESPN where people were like showing clips of the 300 game and people were just breezing it off, and then they show the clip of him falling and then everyone's laughing about it. So it is what it is. But I think that it's just to the point where bowling is just, this is another thing that goes back to the video I made several months ago asking if the bowling world is dying. And I mean, this is pretty much a perfect example, because when people look at bowling from this clip, they just say bowling's not a real sport. You have like tons of people saying, like, just talking about the blooper and absolutely nothing else, and it's just absolutely ridiculous if you ask me. So that's pretty much my rant on this whole video, and I'm not sure how you guys feel about it, but if you want, you can just post a comment as to what you think about it. But just keep watching the TBA because I know that I certainly will, especially because this past weekend was pretty exciting. Just seeing the 300 game thrown by Jason Belmonte. So hopefully we'll see some more exciting telecasts like that in the upcoming future with the future PBA telecasts, and we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I'm still like not really happy as to how all these networks have been treating um, Josh Blanchard's fall. I mean, but then again, what do you expect when people don't even consider bowling a major sport? So that is what it is. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys all later.